Hello, good morning, and welcome back to the channel. Your boy JT is bringing sexy back, and he finally got his first signature sneaker with Jordan brand. This is the Tatum 1 Zoo. For this video, I'm going to give you guys my first impressions on the left sneaker, because Nike decided to send me out a defective pair. On the right one, the zoom bag in the forefoot is just completely dead. It was already popped out of the box. Not very cool. How does that pass QC? But yeah, let's start things off with the silhouette. I know this is said about a lot of sneakers, but I think these especially look a lot better in person than the photos. The photos really made the back section of the sneaker here look really weird. I mean, it still kind of looks weird, right? I feel like I'm about to hit the slopes with these. Looks like a snowshoe or something. Definitely better than the pictures though. This colorway in particular is the Zoo colorway, inspired by his son Deuce. I wonder what made him choose Deuce. I mean, there's like Trace, Quattro. It's inspired by his son Deuce's love for the zoo. The kid must really like the zoo. It's primarily black and red, got hits of sparkly gold here and there. It's very nice, very nice. Keeping with that zoo theme, we have kind of tiger stripes on the eyelid areas. And then on the tongue, it's more of a cheetah print, then a random pattern at the back here. The embroidery is super well done. I didn't really expect the quality to be this good, which is a nice surprise. Also, despite the looks and all the plastic pieces underneath, it's still a pretty light shoe. I think that's mostly to do with the materials up here. The primary part of the upper, it's a super thin weave. If you can see that when I put my hand, like, you see through that? It's crazy how thin that is. Doesn't feel super cheap, so hopefully that holds up. Yeah, just very thin, kind of a deceptively light shoe. It looks like it would be heavy. These will be very breathable. Laces, also nothing special here, just standard nylon laces. It fit nice and snug, so I would go true to size on these. Let's see, what else do we got? Let's talk about the cushion. The cushion setup on these is quite the interesting one. It's almost like a two-part shoe. The boot, where your foot sits, kind of reminds me of a soccer cleat. Then we got the whole outsole with the cushion underneath. You're kind of suspended between the back here and the forefoot cushion. So you're like on two pillars here. And for the back, you're sitting on just whatever this foam is. That's also the outsole. It's not the softest foam or the bounciest foam. Feels a little hard. I think for this sneaker, you're gonna be mostly on your forefoot, and that is where the zoom bag is. You can really see all the tech through all these holes. You got a very large zoom airbag in the forefoot. You can see it. That's massive. It is so bouncy. It's super easy to feel. You don't have to, when you're just walking around, it's totally activated because it's right under your foot. And the entire upper booty, or like the boot part, even the top material, it's super thin. So your foot is literally right on top of the zoom bag. Personally, I've never felt anything like it. It's super crazy. One more thing that I did notice, if you have more of a flat foot without an arch, you can feel the spot in the center here where there's nothing under your foot. It's a little weird. For people with an arch, shouldn't be too big of an issue, but for the flat footers, you can definitely feel the lack of support in the center part. I think as long as you're on your forefoot, you'll be chilling. The forefoot zoom is crazy. Moving on to the traction. This is one of the parts of the shoe that I was kind of skeptical about. As you can see here, most of the traction, it's the same foam used for the midsole, except for these two patches right here. We got translucent rubber. The pattern is nice, but the implementation is just a little off. I would have liked it if they put another section of rubber in the heel here. Just testing these out on my wood floor, the traction at the back here wasn't too crazy. The rubber up front does feel pretty nice though. The traction at the heel here is nowhere near the Curry Flow. I think for this basketball shoe, the idea is you're gonna be mostly on your forefoot, so this stuff in the back shouldn't really matter. Very interesting shoe, very interesting silhouette. It do be looking speedy though. I do think they'll be pretty good performers, and the price on these, they're coming in at $120. The same price as Luka's first shoe, so I think you're getting a pretty decent sneaker for $120. I do think these will be solid performers. I really like the cushion setup up in the forefoot. That's all for my first impressions on the Tatum 1s. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuce. Ho!